He does have those lulls, doesn't he?
Yeah, but if you were a race car driver, you'd say that he goes into the pit and gives you a chance to kind of refuel a little bit, change those tires.
Just took a little sidestep angle and then landed the left hand to the body. Now let's look at Teddy's scorecard as it stands at the halfway point. 49-46. Solis 4 rounds to 1. His best round was the 3rd round, where he had staggered Burnett back, and now he tries to unload with a big sweeping right hand here in round 6.
Now you see those moves that Solis just demonstrated a moment ago. That tells me a couple things. One, it tells me that he's smart. He's looking to get an angle on the side where he can get a cleaner shot than he's getting in front, with Burnett covering up pretty well. It also tells me that Solis is very comfortable, very confident to try that right now. Right now, Solis really has no worries in his mind about Burnett.
There's that left hand again after Burnett threw the right.
And again, Burnett in close with the shorter man, where I don't think he belongs. But I mentioned in the last round that Burnett, I think he's getting to the point where he needs to land something telling, if not a knockdown, something that will really shake up Solis, start to turn the rhythm of this fight that has to be turned right now, because we're at the halfway point and Burnett is getting perilously close to that point of no return on the scorecards. And I think that punch could be a right uppercut again for Burnett. Just look at the way Solis covers, and he leans forward just a tiny bit.
There's an example of it right there as he covers up and leans forward. He's already the shorter man, so the uppercut could play into that. So we will look for what Teddy said could potentially be the telling punch that Burnett needs, the right uppercut. We come to the end of 6, scheduled for 10.
Yep.
You've dug a hole. You've got yourself in a hole. You got to knock this guy out to win. If you don't start showing me something, and you don't show me the potential to knock him out, I'm going to stop the fight. You understand? You want me to do that? Well, but you need to fight, Kevin. I'm not going to let you get hurt. You took off that round. You're way behind. Okay? You need to show me something here now. Okay. You understand? You're going to have to take some risks. Don't get wild.
All right.
Don't get wild, but you got to bring some combination. You haven't thrown one combination yet, Kevin.
Thanks for catching.
You understand?
Okay.
Mike? Okay, you got it, Kev?
I was talking before about how Solis catches your shot, but he lets you recover. Here's a good example of it. You see one shot, sometimes 2 shots. There's the 1 shot, but usually nothing behind it. And that allows Burnett to stay in the fight. He's behind in the fight, but by not putting them together, Solis allowing Burnett to hang around.
His debut in the United States, the 12-0 recent Olympic heavyweight gold medalist from the 04 games, moved to Miami, where he trains alongside his fellow countrymen and amateur stars. We will see one of them coming up in our main event. Briarkis Gamboa, great power puncher, very exciting fighter. For now, let's bring in the trainer of Kevin Burnett, Pat Burns. Pat, what is the answer at this point of the fight?
Well, we're in trouble, obviously. Kevin hasn't thrown enough combinations. If he doesn't show me he got a chance to knock him out, I'm not going to let this fight go too much longer. There's no sense of getting the kid hurt. This other kid's not a big puncher, but just through the attrition and the number of punches the other kid is throwing, you can get anybody out.
Pat, you're considering stopping this fight. I mean, what would you need to see to make that decision here?
Well, if he has another round like he did the last round where he's not fighting back, then that would be it. He's a young fighter, and he just got to get a little more busy too. He's got a lot of heart, but it takes more than heart,
Pat, I'm sure your first plan, your plan A, we always have a plan A and a plan B. Your plan A was for your guy being a taller man to stay on the outside and use that jab and control range a little bit.
Yes, it is.
Now that you've fallen behind and it's time for plan B, you got to land a big punch to turn this around. Would you be thinking about a right uppercut? Because to me, it's looking like Solis might be vulnerable, leaning a little bit maybe to a right uppercut behind that jab.
We've asked him for the uppercut 2 or 3 times. As you know, Mike McCullen's in here in the corner with me, and we've been talking about it. We've asked him for it, and yeah, we definitely want him to throw it because it is a good punch for Kevin, and Solis is laying his head right out there. See, there's some opportunities right there. See the rotation? He could throw that uppercut, and he's got to pull the trigger. We've asked him to do it. He's got to pull the trigger.
Thanks for your time, Pat. I'll let you get back to work. Pat Burns, trainer of Kevin Burnett, who trained Jermaine Taylor to his world title conquests in recent years. And you see the punch track numbers, and Solis landing 39% of his 287 total punches. Burnett a lower percentage, most of his work with the jab.
Again, you see the good and the bad of Solis. You saw the spots where he was a little bit explosive, but now you're seeing the moments where he's a little lazy. And again, you wonder if that's his temperament, if that's his style, or if that is a product of him not being in the best of shape. Once again, Solis came in the heaviest of his career.
With 3 rounds to go with the heavyweight gold medalist. Okay. Let me see what this looks like. So it's Louisville, Villanova.
Deep breaths.
And then
You got to take some risks, Kev. Got to take some risks. What punch you feel like you can?
you guys
can
control
catch him
that,
with.
how fast that goes, right? You guys are reviewing that.
And his head is laying in there, right? Uppercut. We've asked you to throw that uppercut. You need to start throwing it. It's there. He's laying in there. He's laying in there. When you throw that uppercut, the backhand's got to come off the chest because he's leaning back. He'll lean in and he leans back. Bring that hand right off the chest and slide right up there. And when you throw that uppercut, that right uppercut, come back with the left hand. Get the chin in the air. You got to take some risks, Kev. You got to.
Joe and Teddy with you on the season debut of Friday Night Fights. Glad you're with us, and we encourage you to tune in tomorrow for great action, a college basketball doubleheader on ESPN at noon Eastern. Number 21 and number 17 going at it, Louisville and Villanova. Then an ACC showdown with the Duke Blue Devils taking on Florida State men's college basketball, presented by 5 Hour Energy on ESPN tomorrow. Odlanier Solis in the blue trunks. He could use a little 10-round energy. There have been lulls with the Olympic gold medalist. He has showed us the skill. He has showed us glimpses of being on the attack, as he did in the 3rd round and a few moments in the middle of this fight. But a much anticipated U.S. debut here against Kevin Burnett. Not all straight A's for Solis.
You know, we talked about the corner of Burnett. He has a good team with Pat Burns and also with manager Craig Hamilton. 2 good people to look out for a fighter. Solis has a good team behind him too. Promoter Ahmed Ona, who I think does a good job, and Louis DeCubas, who understands the business, understands how to bring along fighters.
Both Solis and Gamboa promotionally are represented by owner and Arena Box Promotions, a German-based promotion company. As you see Solis scoring on the combination.
The spots now, the spots we talked about, and you're going to see this spot for about 30 seconds.
There's a right hand, and here comes a little thunder right up the middle from Solis. And keep in mind what Pat Burns said to us recently when he said, I may look for a spot to stop this if I don't like what I see out of Burnett.
We have a water. I've done this for 2 years. I know. Do it again, Kevin.
There was that uppercut on the inside from Burnett.
Keep your left hand up by your ear. Throw it.
Time. Go over there. Go over there.
And now referee Jay Nady will take the time to replace
Quickly,
the
please.
mouthpiece. As you see Pat Burns.
Time in.
Of course,
Box.
trainers not always in a hurry to put the mouthpiece in when their fighter's been stunned. There's a left hook from Solis and wobbly legs on the 6'6" Kevin Burnett. The big tree could be going down, and it's waved off. Jay Nady says this fight is over, and look at Burnett. He is still on shaky ground.
I know. Sit down.
Nearly out on his feet, so a TKO
Give me a
victory
towel.
for the gold medalist.